Hello and welcome to our next team creation video. So if you want to see the result of the vote, you can obviously go to the straw poll, go back to the old video and take a look there. I've also recorded a short unlisted video where I go over the result, and I'm going to link that down in the description so you can go take a look there. But the result is that we are going to go with Bretonnians. So Bretonnians came in first with 8 votes, followed by Dark Elf and Human with 7. And if you want to see the second team that I'm going to play, you'll just have to wait, or, as I've said, take a look at the unlisted video and see I talk about it there. But that is not for this one. So, Bretonnians, I did not expect them to win, I have to be honest. I'm looking forward to playing them. It's going to be interesting. I think I have no idea how to play them, but we'll figure it out. I do have some ideas maybe, but aside from that, not too much. So I did buy the orange cross jersey from the shop, because I think it looks pretty nice. So that's what we're going for. And you probably saw the name that I'm going to use a whole lot while me moving along the other teams, and there was a Bretonnian team in there at all times, just a fresh one that I never played, and I'm going to call them the Buckkeep Brawlers, which is based on a fantasy book series that I really like, or actually multiple series in the same world. The author is Robin Hobb. You can probably look for the Fitz and the Fool series, or the Farseer trilogy, which is the first one, and where I actually got the name from. And so all the players are going to be named by characters out of those books and the series there. So that's what we're going for. Stadium name is also going to be Buckkeep. And nope, so I really don't know how the standard Bretonnian lineup looks like. I think I'm just going to go with what I went with when I first created the old team that I never played, and that is first of all 4 blockers. So we are going to start with that, and we've got Burek as our first blocker. So the blockers, let's talk about them real quick. They have general and strength access, which is good, but then they start with wrestle, which is weird. So things like guard do not synergize well with wrestle, because you want a player with guard to remain standing, but with wrestle he might go down. So it's a bit of a weird thing. Aside from that, they do have a solid lineup with 6-3-3-8. So they are really important, and we'll see how I'm going to develop them. But I do have some ideas there, of course. So that's our first one. Next, we do have Shrewd. So let's buy him. Then what else are we going for? I really don't like those heads, they look pretty weird. Next up is Dutiful. And so the thing out of this name is the royal line that's in there. They usually, the children are named after character traits that it's supposed to pretty much make sure that they do have these character traits. It's just a traditional thing, pretty much. And so that's where some of these names come from, like Shrewd and Dutiful, and now we have Civil, who's going to be next. So it's tradition there to name your children sometimes after character traits, pretty much. And that's what we're going for here. Oh yeah, I really don't like that head. I don't know, let's take this one, I guess. No, we already took the one. Yeah, we don't have that much to choose from, so... Which ones do I have already? I'm already... Nope. No, confirm purchase. I need to check that again. We are going to take 3 rerolls. I can already do that. Okay, we have these. Wait. Okay. Nope. Went back again. I'm already good. Blocker. But that's part of the charm, I believe. So we do have this one, I believe, as well. So now we have Civil. Next up are going to be Blitzers, and here we can't take all of them. So let's talk about the Blitzers. They are really expensive. They cost 110k each. And they start with a bit of a weird skill set. First of all, their stat line is 7338, so they are our fast units. Aside from that, they're pretty standard. And they start with Block, Catch, and Dauntless. Block and Dauntless are really good. Catch is the odd skill there. It's not something you generally would take on everybody, but you have it on all the Blitzers, and it just makes them a bit more expensive than they might need to be. But it's not necessarily a bad skill. It's just a bit of a weird thing. And then they do have general agility and passing access. When they first were released, they just had general and passing, which made them really difficult to develop and build. But now with agility access, they do have some options. So, once again, I'm not sure how to build them, but with the general access there that they have, I think we can do some good. So I like that, and we are going to work from there. So next up we do have Chivalry, and I think I'm going to take that one there. We do have just the limited heads, unfortunately. Next we do have Verity. Once again, this team will not have puns. There's an absence there. You'll have to live with that. But I think you will survive. Well, you kind of have to. And then we do have Jade. Okay, so we can afford 3 Blitzers right now, and the 4th one will come in later. There is a point to be made to starting with all the blockers and blitzers, but I think I'd rather have only 3 right now and have the 3 rerolls, because the rerolls for this team are expensive. And so they're going to cost 140k after team creation, and I really don't want that. And of course there are a lot of heads here, so here we are just going to start with this. So we have Steady. Let's talk about the linemen real quick once again. They're actually pretty nice. They are really cheap. They cost just 40k, so I'm probably going to end up with 14 players, I think, with this team, and go for fouling with them. You can afford to foul with them quite excessively, and I think you kind of need to, because they're not the bashiest team, but you can have a pretty good bench and go aggressive on fouling and stuff like that, because we're definitely going to get 13, probably 14 players, I think. We'll see. And so their stat line is 6-3-2-7, so they're not that good. They have bad agility, so ball handling is not their forte. Ammo value 7 is an issue, of course, but Fend is good. Fend is a nice skill, and they do have only general access. So yeah, we'll see about that. But I think we'll have some foulers in there as well. Next up, we have the interesting name Tall Man, who I believe in terms of the books was a stable hand, and then he had a son who became taller than him, and so the son's name now is come on is Taller Man. So that's what they call him, because he's taller than the tall man, so he's Taller Man. And then last not but least, we have, I believe, actually not a human, but a dog in the book, who's called Smithy. And that is the entire team. So we have 11 players, 4 blockers, 3 blitzers, 4 linemen. No apothecary, which is going to be our first purchase, of course. And after that, we're aiming for the last blitzer. So we do have that one spot open right there. And so let's take a look at our team with the orange checkers completely. I like that look. I think they look pretty good. So yeah, this is our new team, the Bretonnians. And let's hope that I can do well with them and learn how to play them. Either way, we're doing this. Okay, so that is all for now, I guess, and stay tuned for their first match. So thank you all very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like and a comment, and see you all soon. Bye.